Without further ado, though, I want to go ahead and introduce who our game masters are. We are moving on to a losers match, and this is the Iron GM round. So the three GMs who we had to choose from: Iron GM 3D Kolal. We also had Iron GM capable of excess cruelty, Tristan. And finally, Iron GM, there's always more Robocop, Corndan. What a coincidence. Hi, Corndan.
Hi there.
Well, as it turns out, our first player decided, I like cruelty. We'll go ahead and side with Tristan. And our second player also likes cruelty, but decided to go with Koala instead, which means that we have Iron GM. There is always more Robocop, Corndan. And let's go ahead and...
Either I am the known quantity that they think they can deal with, or nobody knows the level of cruelty I'm about to hand out.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've had Robocop, thank goodness. So I'm wondering, what do we have?
You want Robocop?
No, I don't want Robocop.
Well, too bad you're getting Robocop.
Oh no, Commodore 64?
Commodore 64.
Well, okay, we get Robocop for Commodore 64. Everybody's kind of upset.
To be fair, I did give them the fixed one.
Well, that's nice of you. Thank you for your kindness.
The original version of this had a game-breaking bug, and we'll talk about that once we start.
Okay.
And the bug is absolutely hilarious, by the way.
Really now? Okay, I'm very excited to see what happens here. Robocop is back. I hope that the year of Robocop ends one of these days, because,
Well, if they stop being bad Robocop games, I'll stop giving them out.
That's impossible. That's not how life works.
Then you suffer.
Well, okay. I guess I'll suffer. Well, I'm working on getting all two of the streams set up and looking beautiful. So go ahead and kick back, everybody. Take a sip of water. Remember to stay hydrated, or else we'll say bye-hydrated to you.
Indeed.
Oh, thank you for acknowledging that I said something, Corndan. Oh. Okay, so...
I mean, I will at least stress this is not Robocop 2.
I mean, yes, that's true. I'm wondering, though, what type of Robocop game this is, because Robocop actually has had quite a few different genres from what I've seen.
And it has, and there's still genres that we haven't explored, right, in Robocop. This is, for the most part, a side-scrolling shooter. We had a couple of added things on it. So that's what we have.
Yeah, I'm just...
It's also insanely difficult.
Oh no. Well, what Robocop game isn't insanely difficult, you know?
This may be, for various couple of reasons, the most difficult Robocop game.
Wait, how could that be?
It's for a couple of reasons. One, because of the game-breaking bug. This game was not essentially not completable in the original version. So from that standpoint, it was literally impossible to beat. But there are a couple levels where the difficulty is ramped up so high, in part to avoid the game-breaking bug, right, that you just couldn't get there, that it's very difficult to beat.
Now, you did fix the game-breaking bug or something?
We did, yep. So after the release, actually in 2015, somebody went through and fixed it. And released it.
That's dedication, for better or for worse. So everybody here, just so you are aware, this is a loser's bracket match. Whoever loses this match will be eliminated from Kusogr4nde. We'll have to, there will be mourners in chat dressed, in very, very, very sad clothes. I mean, who here isn't already in sad clothes? I know I am.
In sad clothes.
Yeah. We're not going to pay you for being mourners, okay?
You're not paying me anyway.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, Corndan.
I know. That's fine. I have a well-paying job. I do this as a hobby.
Yeah, and I teach. So, I have the opposite of a well-paying job.
True.
I have a job that sometimes decides to pay me. And I guess I do streams.
Again?
What's that?
I said, are you actually getting paid again? Because I know for a while there it was dicey.
They actually did pay me, so that's good. They're paying me now. Thank you, State University, for taking care of your employees.
Well, that is a very important...
It's a very important thing to do. I don't know if they knew that, but they definitely know it now because of the emails that I sent there. But yeah, honestly, this is actually getting relatively close to becoming a full-time job, the streams for me. It's kind of exciting. And you know what? It's all because of Robocop.
Well, I'm glad to help. And Robocop doesn't know any better.
For better or for worse. Robocop does too know better.
Oh no, Robocop does not know better.
Does he not have a brain? A robo brain inside that robo skull?
I mean, we didn't tell him. Hey, look. I don't even know why you're hating me. You don't have to play this game right now. I too have played this game. It's bad.
Yeah, no haters. Wow. Wow. No, I hate Robocop 2. And Robocop 1 and any Robocop video game out there. Oh, but this music.
The music's pretty decent. Right? I mean, it's a Commodore 64 game, right? Where they did a fair amount, honestly, with the Commodore 64. Without the game-breaking bug, it would still be very hard, but essentially not so bad.
Okay, I am asking both of the players to get to the title screen. Let me know when they're ready so that we can do this beautiful, delicious countdown. I'm not sure why delicious. I think I would eat it. Or count it. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Okay, it's just about that time. Oh, credits or title screen, Corndan?
We're going to go from the credit screen, because then it's just a single button press to get in the game. So they're fine. But this way, we don't have to see that static, flashy thing going up.
Sweet. Look at the high score table. Alienation, angst, misery. Are you going to beat alienation today, players? Frustration, torment, despair, depression, pain, life in general.
Yep.
Those are good credits. I love it. I love that 9th is just dots. It's like that. If you get 9th place, you're just dead to us.
Pretty much. I mean...
Oh, sorry. 10th place. Oh. I'm sorry. Welcome to trying to capture this. Let me show y'all what 10th place is. There, you'll see on Meta Knight's side, 10th place, life in general. Okay, I will probably need to recrop as time goes on, not recop. That's for Robocop. So
Yep.
Everybody get your emotes ready. And spam away, spam your Robocops, spam regret, spam life in general, everybody. Robots, cops, and life in general.
Pretty much.
As soon as we get moving in the game, I will start our timer, and then I will readjust the cropping, because that inevitably will happen. Wow, that voice acting. Good stuff.
Yeah. All right, so this is a side-scrolling shooter for the most part. You just need to make it to the end. You have 1 life, by the way, and everything takes a whole lot of health. You have to be real careful about what you do in here. So we're going to see a lot of deaths.
I mean, I believe it.
I mean, we're going to see a death before a minute. I guarantee it. Also, you can't...
Oh, yeah, there we
go. You can't fire straight up without jumping. Because the jump button is up plus fire.
Wait, jump is up plus fire? Oh,
up
no.
Plus fire.
Oh, that's not good. Okay, that's okay. I'll get things fixed, everybody. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
So the game-breaking bug in this is that it's programmed really bad, and level 7 is a whole bunch of garbled mess. And so they came up with a couple of different ways to deal with that. One of which is that, at least in the US release, level 5 has a jump that is literally impossible to make, so that you can never make it to level 7.
Well, thank you, video games.
But all of the versions basically had their difficulty ramped up, so like the likelihood that you would make it to level 7 is basically impossible.
You're just not going to make it.
So here's the thing, right? It was one error that just didn't get checked, and in 2015, there's a patch that went out for it. This is the patched version, and they fixed it, and level 7 looks normal. So this version actually has a fixed level 7.
Sweet. Well, that's hopeful.
So I don't know that we'll see level 7. I made it to level 2 once. But all of these players are way better than I am, which is why they're in elimination brackets and I am not.
That's why you chose the game.
I did. I mean, I have a good flair for what is bad.
Oh yeah.
I just don't have a good flair for how to deal with it.
I'm still working on getting everything fixed. Don't worry about it, people. Don't worry. We'll get it. We'll get it. Yeah, it's completely understandable, Corndan. I mean, some people are good at knowing what games are bad, and some people are good at playing those bad games. And, you know, you don't have to be good at both.
True. But yeah, this game is incredibly notorious for...
Is this a dancing scene?
Okay, so this is level 2. You have to shoot the guy without killing the hostage.
Well, that didn't happen. Back to the first.
And if you kill the hostage, you go right back to the first stage.
Hey, at least alienation has been destroyed.
No, we knocked life in general off the list.
Oh no, life in general, you're gone. Robocop.
But so this game has some pretty good things going for it. For a Commodore 64 game, like, the graphics are actually pretty stout.
It's not bad.
And the music, also pretty good. Right? Makes pretty good use of the SID chip. It plays so bad that it's here.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of Robocop on this channel. And
none of it's been good.
Yeah, but this feels better than a lot of what we've seen.
I would agree in general with that. Like, I feel that this was essentially, it was thought out on what they wanted, and then they failed on it.
Yeah, it's absolutely overly cruel. Like, you need to have some sort of life system, you know? Allow for a handful of mistakes, you know? You don't need to...
Well, I mean, there is a life system. There is a power in the upper right corner.
Yeah, but lives...
Oh, yeah, there are no lives.
Like, you've got health. You've got power. Hey, Meta Knight is onto the dance again. Oh, don't shoot the hostage! Don't do... Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so if you go to hit the hostage, you will lose power.
I love this. I love it so much. Uh-oh. Meta Knight, you're running out of time. You gotta do it. Shoot him in the shoulder. Oh, 5 seconds left. 5, 4.
3, 2, 1. Hostage killed.
Oh, no! Well, we still have frustration and torment there, so... I love this.
So, since they're talking about in chat that we get a Robocop ROM patch to replace whatever character is with Robocop when we run out of games, you know what I propose we do, right, the first game that we replace all that with? And that would be Fester's Quest.
Like, I mean, I guess. We already did Shrekster's Quest. I already know how to edit it.
But Robocop?
I mean, he would move about as fast as Robocop. Yeah, that would work.
Yeah. Yeah, so 5 was unbeatable by design to avoid getting to 7. 7 was just badly programmed. So, bro, after, since you talked about how you've never seen a Robocop movie ever,
yes,
do you feel like you know the plot of Robocop and the various Robocop movies after seeing all of these games?
Well, I know the second one for sure. Basically, somebody's making drugs, and you have to go kill the drug dealers.
They're gonna take kids and turn them into
dope dealers. Yeah. I mean, that might have been a different game, but yeah, so you have to go kill the drug dealers and eliminate all of the drugs. That's it. That's the story. This one, I actually do not know too much about RoboCop 1 other than it's a satire. There you go. Oh my gosh. Meta Knight! Don't shoot the hostage, but shoot the dude. You gotta. Oh, nope.
Oh, but...
What?
You can move on because you still have a little bit of health, which means that he's gonna die right after.
You're like, well, the hostage died, but whatever, we can move on. Big Mike taking another death right there. I thought that was a level cleared, but it was not. Okay, his health was full, so he was able to survive a hostage dying. To be fair, if you're on the job and you have to save a hostage and they die, you can't just quit your job. Like, well, it sometimes happens. It's unfortunate. I've played enough Xena to know that hostages sometimes die. It's just...
Well, I guess the difference is if it's your job to be like a police officer and something happens, that's one thing. Your job's to be an English teacher and you kill the hostage while doing your job, I think you might want to quit your job.
Yeah, and then I could become an assassin. Because obviously I'm better at that. Oh.
But at least we're getting some jamming music if we're going to have to sit here for an hour.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Meta Knight is on to level 2 with a good amount of health. Apparently this guy with the hostage...
That takes a lot of hits.
Meta Knight hit the hostage quite a few times. Wanna not do that. Don't kill a hostage. Don't do it. Oh, she didn't like that. Oh.
I don't think he's hitting the...
Okay, the problem with being a school teacher by day and assassin at night is that I already have 2 jobs. See, I'm a college instructor by day.
Freed.
Nice! Freed the hostage. See, I'm a college instructor by day and a torturer by night. That's sort of what I prefer. And on the weekends, you know.
Just got run over.
This game is a win based off of progress, and at this point, Meta Knight is definitely in the lead, having made it to level 3. I mean, yeah, got run over by a motorcycle, but, you know, happens on the best of days.
Yeah, and so I don't expect that we'll see a completion, but we might, right? I think the long play of the long play of this game's like 9 minutes. But you can kind of see why blind, right? You might not get that.
Ooh, there goes Big Mike.
Because as Big Mike is proving, it is really hard.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised that, you know, Meta Knight already made it to level 3. Because, you know, this is brackets. Both of the players are really good. I don't think either of them are very experienced, though, when it comes to Commodore 64.
Well, that's one of the reasons I gave it out, was I figured that going Commodore 64, I wouldn't get very many redraws. This game, I think, was a little bit of a risk, because in the Commodore 64 community, it is pretty infamous, right, for being poorly made.
Thank you, by the way, Commodore 64 Television, for dropping some of those bits there. It's always good to have a television set watching, specifically for Commodore 64. Yeah! You know, I think there will be other Commodore 64 games that sneak into this tournament.
I think so too, especially with the new core we just put out, right, with the update to RetroArch. We put out a core that is in line with the current...
Oh no! Big Mike shot the hostage! Yeah. I'm glad that and it does save states, right?
It does. So we actually gave them a save state here to basically bypass. So this particular game uses the no disk loader, and so you have to put it in accurate emulation mode. Which is fine. It just takes like 3 or 4 minutes to start. And so I gave them a save state essentially right past all of that.
Gotcha.
To avoid basically having to deal with all that in case something comes up.
Like, if they have to reset for any reason.
If you have to reset or anything like that, yep.
I appreciate that. That's always helpful.
So, and I did it for 2 reasons. Like, if it didn't work, it wasn't going to be the end of the world here. But it was also easy to test out how things would work later.
Hey, Big Mike is onto the hostage again. Let's see how he's able to do. Getting some good hits here. I think maybe if you line up just right and shoot above the hostage's head, you might be able to just keep shooting and never hit the hostage. But I'm not sure.
I think it's possible. I was hoping Dana would be around. Dana, I believe, knows a fair amount about this game too.
I mean, I wouldn't be too surprised. The funny thing about Commodore 64 games, by the way, for people who are unaware, is that usually because the size limit, they made very short games. They made games that, you know, you could generally get the whole idea of what's going on in about 5 minutes. Whenever you get a game that's longer like this, it's kind of a treasure. And one strange thing is that movie games tend to be some of the best games out there for the terms of length.
Yes.
Like when it came to Commodore 64.
Or conversions from other games. At the time this came out, one of the other more popular games, I was weirdly enough actually just reading an article about it today, was the conversion of Outrun to Commodore 64.
Huh.
Was apparently a fairly faithful conversion. It ran fast, so it played like you would expect Outrun to play.
Okay. Interesting.
You know, it was a little blocky, but it was very clear it was Outrun.
So one guess, chat, for who developed this. I'll give you one guess, okay? Whoever guesses first in chat probably wins.
Probably wins.
Yep, it's Ocean.
Of course it's Ocean.
Of course. I mean, maybe that shouldn't be a surprise at all, because they made every Robocop game imaginable. The person who did the programming for this, though, John Megan, also was the senior producer for Alfred Chicken, which is kind of loved here. You know, helped with other games like Terminator 2, Judgment Day. I'm not sure which one of those. But yeah, I always love seeing that we have all of these connections with various games. Oh, and the person who did the music, Jonathan Dunn, did some of the music for the Addams Family Pugsley's Scavenger Hunt, and other Addams Family games, Hook. Oh my gosh.
I mean, this music's pretty rockin'.
It is. Audio production for Bart vs. the Space Mutants. Puznik's actually really good music, by the way.
Oh, Puznik has some excellent music.
Yeah, it's a good game. Bad Dudes. I recall Bad Dudes having decent music, actually. Not gonna lie.
Bad Dudes was also on Kusogr4nde.
Yeah, it's not a good game.
And it turns out we are not bad enough to save the president. But you can see how already things have changed in 15 minutes of going through this, right? Both Big Mike and Meta Knight are really careful how they go through level 1.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes it still doesn't matter. But they're both taking it real slow. You have a lot of time on level 1.
You know, one of the artists for Darkman helped with the art for this. Okay, anyways, we have connections all over the place, and I guess I shouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, Darkman was also Ocean.
Everything was Ocean, Corndan.
Ocean put out a lot of crap
Oh, yeah.
in this time frame.
But at the same time, you know, it's playable. It had length. It wasn't just an instant, you know, here's Robocop. We've got gameplay changes. We've got to free this hostage, you know? I really dislike this scene, though, trying to fight the dude who has the hostage. It just
That
feels
scene
like...
just gave me anxiety.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't like it. Okay, and it turns out that Hook was the Amiga Atari ST DOS version. That's the one. And it appears that it was more of an adventure game than anything else. That's the version of Hook that was worked on by some of these developers. Hey, Meta Knight is on to level 3 again, and look, full power. Yep.
Yeah, because they freed the hostage.
So what's the worst part about this, Corndad? Because right now it mostly seems like it's a walking simulator.
It is a lot. So a lot of in both of these two are making it seem easier than it is. Right, a lot of the difficulty shows up, and you can kind of see it from the last couple of Big Mike's runs. That like the randomness and just like what enemies show up, right, can be a real pain. You can get caught in basically very close to no-win situations.
Oh yeah.
Right, you're gonna get hit from every action upstairs, and then also get run over. Right, so like no matter what you do, you're gonna die.
Yeah, there goes Big Mike. That is back to the beginning. Not
Welcome
really
to
a
see the
surprise.
stage 2.
Yeah. Come on, trudge on over. Yeah, get that waddle. I guess it's not really a waddle. His hips don't even move.
All right, so now you have to go through and make.
Do you just have to hit the button at the right time?
I think you have to swap them through.
Oh, okay. Not the mismatch.
And you're allowed like so much mismatch, but here's the problem. I think it's like 3, and then it kicks you out to level 5.
So that part isn't important?
I mean, if you don't want to lose health, it's important.
Oh. Health is for nerds. Yeah, and that was not much health, honestly. Like, try to do it, but if you lose health, who cares? It would be nice if, like, completing it actually gave you a continue or something like that, but that's a lot to ask for.
Well, he got his power back anyway. It's not even like it... Excuse me. But this is one of those games. I mean, like, one good run will put you through in like 10 minutes.
So,
right? So it's not really surprising.
I'm wondering, because one of the reviews I see says that there was a version of this that came out on the Spectrum.
There is.
And that it was better on the Spectrum.
That is also probably true.
How?
This game's super bad. You should try it.
I think that it's really hard to tell just by watching. I can believe it.
It is super hard to tell by watching. A lot of it is things like the enemy placement, how things go, like the controls are not super responsive.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You know, if you want to jump, if you want to fire up, you have to jump up while you're firing up. Right, which
So
just
good.
opens you up to more like issues.
Is there an impossible jump?
There was.
Oh, okay. Oh, Meta Knight, that is back to the beginning of the game, but that was still a really good press forward. I'm impressed.
And I don't remember if it was an impossible jump or like they just removed a staircase.
We still have frustration on Meta Knight screen. That's pretty cool. You know what? I swear this is my favorite Robocop game so far, besides that other one that was never released on NES. Like, I'd put that as probably number 1 and this number 2. It's not good, but the music almost redeems this.
So, fun story.
Oh, yeah?
Right, is that there were 2 different original Robocop 1 games made. And both of them made it to the PC.
Both of them what?
Made it to the PC.
Okay. Odd. Were they okay?
Well, one of them was this.
I mean, but on PC it might be more playable.
Yeah. So I actually tried giving it out. I actually tried playing it in DOS first, or on DOS first. And the first time I fired, it just played this really long shooting sound. It just sounded like a terrible, like 1980s laser.
Uh-oh.
And then just sat there and hard locked.
Oh, okay.
Going
So, like most DOS games.
And it just sat there.
That sounds like the Demon Rush. Because
I would have rather played the Demon Rush.
I actually had to replace files in the Demon Rush to get it to run reliably. Specifically
pretty
sound
much.
files. Yeah, okay, so that's beautiful.
Yeah, it was lovely, and so I could never get it to basically work.
I would definitely, like, if I were one of the players, I'd really work on lining up the cursors so that, you know, when the enemy moved in front of it, there was more of a likelihood that they would be in front of it than the hostage, you know? Just comparing the horizontal amount of pixels for each area. But I still think there is that chance of, like, headshot taking care of that.
The difficulty on that one is essentially time.
Yeah, the time is rough.
You don't have a lot of time, and that's, like, a big problem.
Robocop. It's been a good day. This is a good Sunday. This is the right way to spend a Sunday watching other people play Robocop on the Commodore 64. Now, remember everybody, this is an elimination round. This round really matters. Whoever loses this match is eliminated from the bracket. Will not be going on. They'll get a Neil Breen DVD, you know, which they'll love and cherish for all of their days, I promise. But yeah, it's been a fantastic match. Now, how we judge progress on this is whoever makes it through the most levels, and after that, it really depends on how easy it is to tell with linear movement how much progress has been made. With that said, Meta Knight has made it to level 5, Big Mike has made it to level 3. Right now, it's fairly clear that Meta Knight is in the lead, but it could all change.
Man, I still hate, like, trying to shoot this guy.
Yeah, How long did you play this game, Corndan?
About 40 minutes.
So, you fought this guy plenty.
I did, and I don't think I ever beat him because I'm bad. I don't think I got there very often. I think I've had a lot of the same sort of issues that Big Mike's had. I personally couldn't manage the guys in the window very well. And so, of course, right, in my runs, I'm going to get only guys in the windows, and then I would just, like, get exploded.
Yeah, that's rough. So it is fairly random what enemies are going to appear for you?
Yes.
I mean, at the same time, if you keep having attempts over and over and over and over again, you know, hopefully you at least get one lucky attempt. Takes patience, and honestly, I think it's easy to lose patience when you're having a lot of unlucky playthroughs.
Yeah.
Meta Knight is making some pretty solid progress in Stage 3. I think that he's got this level pretty much down pat. You know, it's not going to be a challenge. Level 4, not really a huge deal because, like, you don't beat it, you end up losing a little health. Big whoop.
So, Dana, if you would like to come in and also talk about this game, you're more than welcome to.
Oh yeah, we'd love you.
So I did a little bit more digging on it. They didn't move anything. They just cut out the time limit on level 3 to the point that you would essentially have to have perfect play and you'll never get it.
Nope, not the same here at all. There we go. Yeah, I think that it just scrolls
cycles,
through the options. Yeah. Oh my gosh, is he gonna get it? Probably not. There's not much time left.
Oh, I get close.
Nope. Because time keeps going when you get a mismatch. Dana apparently has no voice. That's okay. Just enjoy, relax, and enjoy people playing Robocop on your day off.
Indeed.
I love the place called Pits. What do you think they sell?
Car parts.
Oh. I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Like racing pit.
Yeah. Robert Cobb. What's his name in the movie? I don't remember.
Something Murphy.
Murphy? Yeah, it's not Robert at all. Wow, everybody's been
Alex Murphy.
Lying.
Thank
Alex
you,
Murphy. How could you lie to me, chat? Pitts is a deodorant store? Could be.
Yeah, and you know...
Oh yeah, Batman isn't actually Bat. That makes sense. Uh-oh. Chat is very concerned about the ability for NPCs to actually aim multiple directions. Yeah, that definitely makes it a little more challenging. Like, yeah. I guess most side-scrolling shooters, enemies in Windows can shoot 3 directions. That just sort of is expected. It's just that you're sort of expected to be able to shoot them as well.
Pretty much.
But that's not really the case with this game.
Well, I mean, you can, like, shoot in multiple directions. The problem is it's only, like, 8 directions. And so anywhere where anywhere you could shoot them, they can just shoot you too, and they do a better job of it than we do.
Oh yeah, they're great. They're great at shooting. I'm actually shocked at how Meta Knight is doing. You know, Meta Knight is on stage 5. Not much time left, but still getting a pretty good push. Can you shoot down? Like straight down?
I don't think so. You can shoot down at an angle.
Quality video game here.
I mean, of course it's quality.
Oh my gosh! You're running out of time, Meta Knight. You're not going to be able to do it. They just keep coming. You got to get through here. Robert, no! Oh, Robert blew up. Did you know that Robert Cops actually blow up after a while?
Yeah, I mean, I thought everyone knew that. You'd know that if you watched the movies.
Life would be hard as a Robert Cop, you know?
Life would also be hard as a Robert Cop.
It'd be hard as Robert in general. What a name, Robert. Roberto, though, that would be good, okay? Because then you could, like, that's a romantic name, but not Robert.
Wow. I don't know. Robert is a pretty good name.
It's okay. Good shoulder shot by the Big Mike onto level 3. No, Roberto, that's the romantic one, okay?
But alright, that's fair.
Not Robert.
So, Big Mike just found out about the evils of the motorcycle.
Yeah, the motorcycle is bad. It's bad. Yeah, see, Roberto, he brings you a dozen red roses. Robert brings you a dozen cans of tuna, okay? It's kind of gross. Thank you, Robert.
Well,
and also he microwaves fish in the office. I hate Robert.
So he's Neil Breen?
Yeah, basically. Robert.
I mean, I haven't seen any Neil Breen movies, but I have seen the can of tuna fish scene.
It's a good scene.
I don't even know what the context for it is, and I don't think watching Neil Breen's movies would actually help me out.
You need to see some of them. We'll have to watch one soon. I've been saying this for a long time, but like I actually maybe will have free time to do stuff like that. Maybe. Like now that my Xeno run is over, now that like I have no other marathons planned for this year, thank goodness. They've been fun, but yeah, break. I need a break. I believe that if you press the button, your gun shoots. Yeah, so...
Yeah, I mean, you can just hold it down.
It'll shoot as quickly as possible.
Yep.
Hello, Corn Child. No, Faizu, no starting a marathon. I ban you from that.
Well, I mean, we did start a marathon and make you do a thing, right? We did it 3 years ago.
Yeah. And still happens every year. Which I love, mind you. It was a really fun marathon, but...
I mean, this year was even better. The fact that we got the developers for Diablo to come and talk about their first game.
I know, right? That was so cool. Big Bad Game-a-thon was amazing, everybody. I do want to say, by the way, we're 35 minutes into this match. Meta Knight still has a commanding lead, having made it to level 5 a couple times. Big Mike still has yet to get past level 3. But I think, like, there's still enough time. There's plenty of time here. Just don't kill the hostage. Just shoot this guy's shoulder. Okay. Good shoulder shot. Oh, that hostage just took a bullet to, like, her neck. I feel bad for her, you know? She's such a good hostage, too. She doesn't even struggle.
I mean, because she just clearly just knows that that's all I need, I guess.
Okay, Meta Knight, you need to get this guy's ugly face. No, mismatch. How could
that
you?
one was close, though.
Yeah. She accepted her fate of being in a Robocop game. True that, Wind Rider Shiva. I definitely agree with that.
Wow. Indeed.
Ah. Oh my gosh. Robocop, these tunes and all of the death just putting me to sleep.
I mean, this is a lot more upbeat of music than the Island Peril stuff yesterday.
Oh my gosh. That was like elevator music, the video game.
It wouldn't have surprised me if I actually did doze off during part of that. From that level 4, like, whatever that was music. Like, at least this is pretty upbeat and it's pretty good music.
Oh yeah. Ah, Corn Child. Can you shoot in between the hostage's legs like in the movie? Ooh.
I doubt it. I'm pretty sure they'll just count that as hitting the hostage.
I mean, this is Commodore 64. I wouldn't trust them to put that much work into it. And it's Ocean. So doubly pretty confident, yeah. Yeah, does Corn Child like this Robocop game?
No.
Oh no. Why?
Apparently not.
What?
Oh well.
Can you ask?
He's 4 years old and just got up from a nap. Who knows?
Oh, okay.
And he's got a bad cough and it's been bugging him.
Oh no. Aw, Corn Child. That's okay. We can make you watch other Robocop games later. You don't have to be sad.
Oh, you know.
Yeah.
It's just how it goes.
It's true, but yeah, it's honestly it's just awesome, you know. And I know a lot of people who get into video games, you know, especially with streams tend to be of a younger crew. But here, especially with retro games and Kuso games, we have people like from all walks of life, and I love it. So it's completely cool, and I love when people are just able to, like, you know, have their child as part of what's going on. It's good stuff.
Well, hopefully one of these days we will do some streams with Kerbal Space Program where I build his rockets.
Ooh, he tells you how to build them.
Yeah, we've done that for a while. It's troublesome to get to space because he decides that he controls when you stage. And so I don't get to control my rocket. I can control the throttle and what's going on. And he just decides that, like, you know, if it's exciting, he'll stage the rocket whenever. And so if I can even make it to orbit, that's an accomplishment.
I love it.
And usually I blow up about halfway there.
Well, I love that even more, you know, to be fair. Oh no, the hostage is dead, Big Mike. Robocop.
I mean, we've got 20 minutes left. Anybody could take this one still. Because the game's only like 9 minutes long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised if we, like, how many levels are there?
9.
I don't think anyone's gonna beat it.
No.
But we could still see a lead change. Like, Meta Knight has had a grasp on this for quite a while, but I could see it switching.
I could too. Big Mike's a solid competitor.
Oh yeah,
and
both of them are strong.
All it takes is one good run and understanding what is going on to this. Right. So I mean, the game telegraphs essentially what its physics are, and that there are none. But like from that standpoint, it's consistent. All you need to know is like, okay, like here's where the places like these guys could be coming from, and here's how I'm going to deal with them, and you can make it through.
True. Yeah, the 70s and 80s were a little bit weird when it came to, like, toys and video games aimed towards kids, you know, because I'm just thinking, like, it was much more acceptable to have kids play violent games and, you know, watch violent movies than it is now. Like, I don't think we ever watched rated R movies at home, but, you know, we would watch whatever was on television. I watched the Chucky movies as a kid. I watched, you know, other horror movies. I watched Terminator as a kid. And sure, it takes out some of the most violent stuff, but still, it's like, because it's on TV, kids are probably going to watch it. At least that's how it was back in the day. So, yeah, of course we had toys for all that stuff. Of course we had games. Because, sure, it was rated R, but we still watched it.
Sure, and you know, rated R, you know, your parents know what's up. So.
Then again, I told my mom and dad some of the stuff that we'd watch, you know. It was on TV, we'd watch these horror movies, and they're like, I don't remember that. Well, that's the 80s and 90s for you. Didn't really keep an eye on your kids quite as much as people do these days.
Or they just don't want to admit to it.
I mean, that's true, because my parents would watch action movies quite a bit, you know.
So, I watched a whole bunch of that growing up. I also watched a whole bunch of the first half of Hunt of Red October.
Oh, it's so boring.
And,
at least as a kid, it was so boring.
I liked it. Dad would always watch it when it came on TV, and for like There's a good period, about 3 or 4 years, that something would come up and he'd always miss the end every single time.
Really? Oh,
For
I
like
love
4
it.
years, like every time it came on. And now my dad will sit and watch The Fifth Element when it comes on TV. I think he's seen The Fifth Element, honestly, like 100 times.
Oh, well, I mean, that's a good movie to watch 100 times. Solid.
I mean, but it's like 100 times. But Dad will just watch it because it's on TV and it's a known thing. Like, he'll just be like, yep, okay.
By the way, multipass is a French pun, because pass in French means password. Okay, listen, is it applesauce or Robocop?
Well, I mean, it's Robocop. I can't hear applesauce in it at all. I could kind of see Apple Cop, but it's Robocop.
It could be Apple Cop. I don't hear sauce.
But I definitely hear Robocop. I could just see where Apple Cop would come from.
Oh, yeah. Which, to be fair, apples are rare in the future.
Are they?
Well,
Or they
future
just wear
Detroit. I've never been to the future, Corndan, and I don't know where apples are a rarity, but they are here. And so you gotta enforce them.
That's true. I figure I hope you've never been to the future.
I mean, I could be a time traveler. Oh my gosh. I would be such a jerk if I were a time traveler, though. It's probably better that I'm not.
Well, what's the first thing you do? Go back and unmake that one movie?
Which movie?
The one that you were in?
No, I'd leave that. It would make people less suspicious. Because they're like, surely that's the first thing that you would go do. You know, you can't be obvious about being a time traveler, Corndan.
Well, or could you make the claim that you're a time traveler, you're just traveling the rate at 1 second per second into the future?
I mean, technically that's true, but it's dumb because you can't change the rate.
Well, I didn't say the technology was good. It's just there.
Yeah. For those who are asking, pretty much half of Twitch is broken right now because of Fortnite. So VODs have been broken for me. Just go ahead and, yeah. Luckily, I am getting most of the VODs uploaded to YouTube today, all except for the ones that are playing today. So those will show up probably right after the match when I have time to actually do that. Ooh.
I like this music still, even after an hour of it.
You know what? Yeah. Usually, some of the songs that are on games that last the full hour get really tiring, but this is high quality stuff. I am pretty glad that we managed to survive Fortnite, Corndan. I wasn't completely sure that was going to happen, but yeah, take that, Fortnite. Kick you in the face.
Well,
but
I mean, we are clearly better than Fortnite, so...
Actually, looking at the game, I'm going to go ahead and say that's not true. Fortnite, sorry, you win today on quality, but we still managed to sneak in a stream.
Well, I mean, I think in our defense, right, we have a better viewer-to-player ratio of Robocop for the Commodore 64 than Fortnite does.
It's true. Holy cow, we have 330 people here watching...
2 people play it.
Two people play Robocop. That's good.
Like 160 people per player.
It's a good ratio. I like it.
Right. And I guarantee that's better than Fortnite. I don't know how many people are playing Fortnite.
I don't know, but there are 1.5 million views right now. There are probably more than that playing Fortnite. But
Probably.
I can
I
almost
would think so.
guarantee these are the only people in the known universe playing this game right now. Oh, Fortnite's down. So yeah, we definitely have a better viewer to stream count at the moment. Can't divide by 0. You
Pretty
lose,
much.
Fortnite. It's not broken? Whatever, let's claim it being broken. That would be fine. It's broken, it blew up. So, Corndan, any other wonderful insights for this game besides the... I actually really like the backgrounds in this, too. Like, look at Big Mike's screen. Those colors,
well,
it's beautiful.
Big Mike is moving on, I think, for the first time to level 4.
Nice, or stage 2, whatever you want to call it.
Whatever you want to call it.
Good for Big Mike. And, you know, stage 4 is essentially free. It's just, are you going to lose part of your health?
Alright, I can get behind this music, too.
I'm wondering if it's going to change in a little bit. It's not too bad. Hey, Meta Knight is getting to the face match as well.
But I could get behind it for this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that does look like Jameson from Spider-Man. Man. And the right one is Jameson, except his hair got burned off. Old man Jameson. Yeah, I like Big Mike's strategy right now. He's just trying to grind out a little bit of health.
Time is close on this one.
Yeah, he doesn't know that, though. Yeah, Corndan, can you get me pictures of Spider-Man?
I mean, I do take some pretty good pictures.
Ooh. Do you have a nice camera? Do you just use your phone?
I do actually own a very nice camera.
Oh, man. I love nice cameras, and I love phones.
I actually am looking in the next year or so to replace my camera.
Ooh.
Well, augment the camera. The body's still good, so I'll keep this body, but...
Yeah, Justin...
I'm gonna buy a new one.
Justin did a lot of photography in college. He had some photography classes, especially did black and white stuff, which, with old school cameras.
Did he do, like, the artsy, like, black and white ones?
Oh, and develop them himself, yeah.
Like, right, it's the goth girl with the tear coming down her cheek.
He never took a picture of a goth girl. Or me being a goth girl.
Did he take a picture of you with a tear coming down your cheek, like, but it's a fake tear made of just, like, mascara?
I don't think so. He took a picture of some weird My Little Pony figurine, though. That was pretty goth. No, honestly, there was a lot of... He did a lot of photography of scenery of different... I don't recall. Yeah, Big Mike died, but Big Mike has a chance of getting caught back up. It's not over yet.
It's gonna be tight, though.
It was a really good push, though. Oh, and Meta Knight dead at the end.
I take a lot of pictures of air shows. So a lot of things flying very, very fast.
How do you show off air?
Well,
that seems like a crappy name. Plane show. There we go. Plane show.
You hope it's really humid out, and you can show off air because you can, like, here's a picture of a cloud.
Ooh, it's foggy. Misty mountain. Ooh, that's how you do an air show.
So, but got a lot of pictures of airplanes and stuff like that because I like them.
I want to see some of those, Corn Dan. You should send me some.
Okay.
Yeah, I like seeing what people do for their artistic endeavors.
I have a couple of them that could have very clearly been official, like promotional shots.
Ooh, I want to see some of those. Like really.
I was well trained.
Oh, good.
When I used to live in Chicago, my downstairs neighbor was a professional photographer.
Really?
So yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So I mentioned wanting to just learn how to do it, right? Because, at that point in time, it was just my wife and I figured, we'll have kids and stuff eventually and stuff like that. So it'd be good to learn, like, if I wanted to, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so, he said, well, if you get he goes, I'll lend you one of my film cameras for now. Right, obviously you have to buy the film and develop it yourself, but you can use camera and lenses and stuff like that for, as long as you like, for term.
Okay.
And so when I bought SLR, he would, if I bought the same lens mount that he had, I could borrow whatever lenses I want, as long as he got to see all the pictures. And so, for a while, I was borrowing every weird, like, random lens he had under the sun, because, like, everything's digital, like, it's all free. I don't have to, worry about, like, getting things developed and all of that.
Oh, yeah.
And because I had access to everything from, like, the fancy Zeiss lens, prime lenses, to, like, essentially telescopes.
Be the way, I do want
a whole bunch of things.
I do want to recap what's going on right now, because Big Mike appears to be stuck on level 1 again. I'm a little bit concerned with how much time is left. I do not think Big Mike can get back to where he was.
I don't think there's going to be a change.
Yeah, I think Meta Knight is likely going to take the victory here.
Meta Knight has been a lot more consistent here across the board with how to deal with the gang members and all of that.
Oh, yeah.
Big Mike's pushes have been really good when there's a push, but Big Mike doesn't worry about the guys in windows as much and stuff, and that's why Big Mike has a whole bunch of runs that don't make it out of level 1.
Yeah, I think in essence, he's focused a lot on going right and less on killing things, and essentially, if he gets lucky and beats the stage, perfect, but if not, then it's just gonna be over and over and over again. You gotta slowing down sometimes can be faster than going fast, especially when it's a blind match.
His best runs have been like that, right? When he slowed down and got the guys in the windows and took his time, Big Mike had no issues.
Oh yeah.
Right? That's all you have to do to get through this.
Yeah, like they say in Persona 5, take your time. It is a race, but at the same time, you got to be aware that the other person is likely struggling in many ways that you are struggling.
Exactly.
And so, if you can figure out a way to conquer your struggle, then you're likely going to be making more progress, It's just, don't even think about how the other person is doing, just think about how you're doing. And the hostage is dead. Okay, Apple Cop is back.
That's pretty much like it.
Yep.
I don't think in 2 minutes you can't get any farther than you've been in 2 minutes.
True, but Meta Knight might be able to make progress.
It's true. I would like to see the ED209.
That would be so cool. Okay, come on, Meta Knight. Show us the next stage. Ah, somebody in chat heard Purple Cop. That's a new one. I could hear that too. Yeah, I figure as long as one person has the chance of making progress, that we'll keep going. Nope! You know what? We've got 1 minute left.
That's it.
Let's make him play it out. I don't care. I want to listen to the music.
Big Mike can shoot a hostage.
Save the hostage, Big Mike. Oh, you just shot her in the face. No. Don't shoot the hostage in the face, okay? Oh my gosh. That's what they want you to do. Oh.
So instead you shoot her in the body. I mean...
Yay, he freed the hostage. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, 10 seconds left. It's not going to be enough to get back to stage 5, but still, both players had some very reasonable...
There we go.
Oh, no!
Right at time.
I love it.
That's a good way to finish off Robocop.
Well, just so everybody knows, both of the players had really good pushes. Meta Knight, though, managed to make a significant amount of progress through stage 5. Big Mike got there as well, but unfortunately, I don't believe he made quite as much progress. And Cadis is confirming Meta Knight is the winner today. I'm inviting them over to join General Voice. Oh my gosh. This has been a blast. Yeah, I'm always sad when we have people eliminated, but that's how brackets go. You know, we got to keep going until people eventually go away and we are left with one.
I mean, Dana is right. Robocop is never really finished.
I mean, it could be. Like, honestly, we could never have a Robocop game again. Hello, Big Mike.
Oof.
Uh-oh.
Just oof.
It's a pretty rough game.
Like, there have been games in Kuso that, while not necessarily good, I found charming. I maybe found they had some redeeming values, or in 1 or 2 cases, I frankly enjoyed them. This was none of those.
Oh no. I liked it. But that's because I wasn't playing it.
Oof. So how far did Knightley get?
Honestly, you both made it to the same stage. It's just that he made a little bit more progress than you.
Oh.
It was pretty close, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was close. But 90 made a lot more progress in that stage. I think if you had 1 or 2 more good pushes, you could have gotten there.
True. So
Yeah,
here's the deal. Watching it,
oof.
oh yeah, I love that.
Part's the worst.
Quote unquote the worst. Like honestly, I'm glad that they had some variance in it. It's very rare for Commodore 64 games to be as long as this game and also to have as much variety. So, like, I can give them props, but what are the things that were the worst for you?
So, spawning was very inconsistent, and it was like even if you shot somebody out in the window, they would just respawn and shoot you right back. So if you're being chased by somebody, you can't even duck because you're just going to get plugged.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
that is a little bit rough. I do know that Meta Knight managed to deal a lot with the random spawns and consistently make it to level 3 fairly regularly, you know? So
Meta Knight went a lot slower, right, going through, and that seemed to help.
I think, yeah, it's unfortunately counterintuitive because it's a race, you want to go fast, but because of all of the death, you just have to take your time.
So did the window people end up stop spawning if you shoot enough of them, or do they always keep coming back?
They do come back, but...
yeah, it's less often. Like, if you shoot them and, like, keep moving, you're not really likely to get shot by them.
You'll probably take a couple hits every now and then with one respawning, but sometimes they just don't. So shoot them and try to move on is generally the best strategy that I saw.
Makes sense.
Yeah, honestly though, I loved the music.
It was a little catchy, I'll give it that.
See, Big Mike, I just gotta warm you up to this game. Just gotta push you in that direction. Yeah, honestly, a lot of Commodore 64 games have really difficult controls. I'm not sure if it's necessarily the limit of the console, but it's just that there weren't standards set at that point for how things would control. So it definitely was rough. And up plus shoot to jump seems
Right.
inexcusable.
I don't think that was ever useful my entire playthrough.
No, why
No.
would you jump?
But you can.
Right.
I mean, that's
Just
cool.
Start aiming straight up to do so.
So good. Yeah, Big Mike, I'm sad that you're going to be eliminated from the tournament now. I'm wondering, was there a game that you stood out to you as being your favorite so far that you played?
My absolute favorite. You know, two of them, and they're both vampire related, actually. The Castle of Dracula puzzle game, I thought was actually pretty good.
Okay.
And then I don't know why, but some part of me just really, really liked Drax Night Out.
Drax Night Out is so much fun.
I love that game. Honestly, it's not good, but I still love it.
The whole gameplay change from platformer to top-down mystery finder was a little jarring, but I thought overall it was at least the side-scrolling parts were good.
Yeah, slightly jarring. I would agree there. Yeah, I'm glad that those stood out to you. Honestly, I think everybody has their own favorites that they come out with. Then there are some games that are universally disliked. Let's go ahead and say Kung Fu, maybe, from yesterday.
I don't know if that was so much dislike as what the heck is going on.
Yeah. Actually, I kind of want to play that now.
I'll send you the setup for it.
Oh, no.
Like, if Faizu and I both agree the game is terrible, but there's something endearing about playing it because it's so bad and makes no sense.
Yeah. Well, Mike, I have a question for you. On your tombstone, do you have any last words?
It was a good idea at the time.
What a good idea. By the way, everybody who has been eliminated from the tournament, just feel free to reach out to me for prizes, because for round 1, I'm giving up to $5 of games on Steam, so feel free to come bother me for that.
Aren't you also buying Fateful Findings?
Twisted Pair is the game the movie that's listed, but that's not one of the listed prizes for the first round. But if you really, really want it, any of you players who have been eliminated, I mean, I guess I can do that. I'm just not required to unless you really want it. Do you want Neil Breen, Big Mike?
What was that?
Do you want Neil Breen? Do you want a bad movie?
No, thank you.
Okay, but if you really, really want it later, just go ahead and bother me, all right?
All right, will do.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and raid the charity marathon that's happening. I played it. I played Xena in it last night. That was one of the nuttiest runs that I had at Xena. It was a blast, and it went both wonderfully and terribly, especially towards the end, the second part. Let's raid first for live. Do we have any good raid message?
Apple Cop?
I mean, Apple Cup, we could also do Mike's last words. It was a good idea at the time. Apple Cop. I kind of like Apple Cop. Just based off of the voice lines there. Karo Z wants Mike's last words. It was a good idea at the time. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. It was a good idea at the time. Go tell them how we had some good ideas at the time. Big Mike, thank you so much. I'm really glad you made it this far.
Thank you. See you next year.
Yeah, till next year. Not too far away. All right, take care, everybody, and I will see you all probably Tuesday. Yeah, probably Tuesday. Till then, bye.
Bye.